Hi, my name is Melissa Giles, and this video is called "Do You Love Your Enemies?" Chapter 11 of Proverbs is where we are at, and if you have been following along, or if you haven't been following along, you can go back to the other videos before this. And basically, we're talking about how to change your way of thinking, right? Okay. So chapter 11, a false balance is I've never been able to say this word, an abomination to the Lord, but a just way is his delight. When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with the humble is wisdom. The integrity of the upright guides them, but the crookedness of a treacherous destroys them. Riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. You know, when we're believing and we're doing and we're gaining all of this knowledge of Proverbs and we're understanding and we're doing it, 99.9% of you is showing up for your daily stuff, right? So when you're trying to make you better, then there are certain things that you must do, correct? So, yeah, I don't remember where I was going with that. I'm sorry, I have to control that. Okay, so riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers them from death. So money, like you can have as much money in that you want, right? You can have as much money as you want. But whenever you go to God and you're standing there in front of God and he's like, what happened? Why were you a lover of money? That would be the question. Why were you a lover of money? Riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. The righteousness of the blameless keeps his way straight, but the wicked falls by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright delivers them, but the treacherous are taken captive by their lust. When the wicked dies, his hope will perish, and the expectation of wealth perishes too. The righteous is delivered from trouble, and the wicked walks into it instead. Sometimes like with the energy that we put off, right, that we're just attracted to that kind of thing. I used to be one of those people, not so much anymore. For some reason, I would attract those kinds of people. And I'm not saying that they're bad people, because they're not bad people. Please forgive them, Father, for they do not know what they do. It's just, it's like, when I was transformed and changing, I couldn't understand why I was still attracting these kinds of people. And not that I didn't want to help them, because I'm sure that that's probably why. I just didn't understand why it happened, I guess, so soon after transformation. But yeah, like I don't feel like I was putting any kind of bad energy out into the world like that, to have that. So with all of that being said, I don't know, or maybe I come off gullible or naive, or maybe just so nice and full of love for other people like God is, that it has really, my faith is almost gotten me into a lot, not trouble but hurt. My faith has almost got me hurt, to be honest with you. So that's how much faith that I have in God, and that's how much I love him. Okay, moving forward. The righteous is delivered. Oh yeah, I got that one. With his mouth, the godless man would destroy his neighbor, but by knowledge, the righteous and righteous are delivered. So love your enemy. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices, but when the wicked perish, there are shouts of gladness. By the blessing of the upright, a city is exalted, but by the mouth of the wicked, it is overthrown. Whoever belittles his neighbor lacks sense, but a man of understanding remains silent, right? You know, like, how are you treating somebody? And that's huge. You know, it's talked a lot about in Proverbs here about our way of thinking and how we treat one another, you know, because God doesn't treat us that way. And Jesus sure didn't treat us that way. And if we're lacking in that way, you know, then we should go to Jesus and pray and be like, you know, I don't want to be this way anymore. I want to be more like you. You know, I want to have more things like you. Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets, but he who is trustworthy in spirit keeps a thing covered. You know, this, I knew this for a long time through Proverbs, like way even before my spiritual journey. Well, I didn't know it of Proverbs, but I knew it in the sense that Father, how do I say, in a sense of not telling people secrets, even though it was bad secrets, if that makes any sense. And there is power in it when you look at it in a different way. I'm just going to move forward. I'm not exactly sure how to explain that, so I'm just going to keep on going. All right, so where there is no guidance, the people falls, but in an abundance of counselors, there is safety. Whoever puts security up for a stranger will surely suffer harm, but he who hates striking hands in pledge is secure. A gracious woman gets honor, and violent men get riches. You know, I don't know. A man who is kind benefits himself, by a cruel man hurts himself. The wicked earns deceptive wages, but one who sows righteousness gets a sure reward. Whoever is steadfast in righteousness will live, but he who pursues evil will die. Those of crooked heart are an abomination to the Lord, but those of blameless ways are his delight. So that's like when we're changed, you know, like blameless ways, like you don't do anything wrong, so you really can't rattle anybody's boat, right? You know, because the people that hate you the most will spend their whole day looking at what you do. It's so irritating. You know, the people that hate you the most will do whatever it is that they, you know, they almost have an obsession with figuring out what you're doing just so that they can hold it against you. You know, Father, please forgive them, for they do not know what they do. Let's see here. Whoever is steadfast in righteousness will live, but he who pursues evil will die. Those of crooked heart are an abomination to the Lord, but those blameless ways are in his. Sorry, I apologize. I read that twice. Be assured, an evil person will not go unpunished, but the offspring of the righteous will be delivered. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful woman without discretion. The desire of the righteous ends only in good, the exception of the wicked in wrath. When one gives freely, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give and only suffers want. Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and the one who waters will himself be watered with the word, right? The people curse him who holds back grain, but a blessing is on the head of him who sells it. Whoever diligently seeks good seeks favor, but evil comes to him who searches for it. Whoever trusts in his riches will fall, but the righteous will flourish like a green leaf. Whoever troubles his own household will inherit the wind, and the fool will be servant to the wise of heart. The fruit of the righteous is the tree of life, and whoever captures souls is wise. It's the fruit. Like, what are you gonna get for doing what you're doing? You know, if you're righteous and you're understanding and gaining the knowledge, what are you gonna get? You're gonna bear good fruit, right? Because you're cleaning up your tree, which is you. I like that one. The fruit of the righteous is the tree of life, and whoever captures souls is wise. If the righteous is rapid on earth, but how much more the wicked and the sinner? So, yeah, you know, like, I've always liked how God has taught me how the seed was planted, and then how it was watered, and then how the tree grows, which is the tree of life, which, you know, is you through wisdom and through faith. And you just have to stick with it. And I know that it's hard. You just stick with it and keep doing what you're doing. If you're feeling that change and you're feeling that emotion on a daily basis, you know, stick with it. I promise you that, like, if you don't like going to church, you know, there's so many different ways to look at this. You know, if you don't like going to church, you know, that's okay. If you don't have a Bible, I strongly suggest that you go and get a Bible. And if you're really seeking change, I strongly suggest that you get a Bible, and you don't have to necessarily read the Bible, but just go through, and whatever sticks out to you to read, then you read. And use that for your daily problems. Because it will help you in the transformation of Him renewing your mind to being what you are supposed to be becoming. And then when that happens, it only gets better from there if you listen and understand and gain that knowledge. You know, but you have to listen and understand it and know that it's going to take time and hard work. You know, it's hard work to keep the mindset of God, because of the different levels of the spiritual, you know, the spiritual side of God and of life. Because again, there's so many things that come against you when you want to change. So if you can keep the thinking to be of God, then you're perfect. All right, so this is video number 12 out of 31. Thank you for watching.